So let's see if they can bring the heat. MOUZ with a CT side start. Dual Berettas for xertioN, and already contact made over in mid. MOUZ triple set here to open up the pistol.
They ran in main. They wanted to fake footsteps immediately, but MOUZ had no one in donut. They haven't fallen for this. They've taken full mid control. Whatever G2's plan out the gate, it's already failed, and now they're going into the mid stack.
Honestly, with just a little jump, no contact, no problem. We're going to walk this away, huh? We're going to group back outside that B site. But guess what? MOUZ already down the ramp. MOUZ already prying out from cave. So there are tidbits of info for MOUZ already. Plenty of time for things to still just be upended. But movements on both sides.
This reset's coming quick, but Frozen's going to the wrong site right now. This is only too strong on B. Yes, there's a kit, but G2 should have the fight into the site.
The dual Berettas are here at the top of the ramp. Oh, dead immediately. xertioN gets a little curious and jiggling out. That'll be his death. m0NESY opening up the pistol with that first kill, tipping the scales in G2's favor and allowing for this plant in the first place. G2 now set up heavy in the cave to try and play around this bomb.
There's no way MOUZ in any situation, in any universe, should win this round. So let's see how G2 hold down. Eyes Pride. HooXi swings out from the site with a kill. We've got Julie's in the cave and MOUZ running out of room, running out of time. I think the setting in right now. The day is dawning. JKS spamming away, has the perfect position for these guns, and he will put them to use. Another kill comes through for MOUZ, but I'm not worried yet. Kill on the site, and so is m0NESY.
That's what we need. It's only the pistol, but I think it's a stark contrast to what we had go down in comparison to Mirage. Look at that pack of players. I'm talking 4 players inside the bomb plant radius, side by side, ensure the plant. All 4 players jump into that cave, secure the post plants, get into your corners. Only then does HooXi come back out to play behind pillar, to add a little diversity to the post plant. And sure enough, yeah, we get a clean kill from Jimpat and Frozen. We've come to expect that. There was protocols in place for G2 to close out this pistol. Now go ahead, convert. Get that m0NESY, what was it, 12-0 start. And Harry, you said at the start of this, well, we'd love a m0NESY, you know, hot start. Hell, give me a second half with a damn kill in it. Yeah, I want to see a m0NESY that hits the ground running like he did back on Mirage and then follows through. The backswing, it's so important. I think. I don't really play golf. I don't know. I've heard that, though.
I thought it was baseball.
I look at you. I think so.
Hockey.
Back
on ice.
Backstroke. Or that's swimming, actually.
A back shot for G2 in that map. They leave limping.
I think it would be like the follow-through.
The follow-through, that's it. Yes,
the follow-through. And maybe that's what we have here on B.
All right, G2 looking for the conversion. They do have a 4-spy to go up against here. MOUZ have got a reason for this round to be competitive after all. Bit of lane control taken. G2 spreading out, exerting pressure on mid as well. 2 players grouped in cave for MOUZ, but they will get forced out on the back of that Molotov from the lane. And so for now, G2 own cave and Jag. They've got a lot of real estate over here towards B.
It's a very heavy retake map and site specifically here for MOUZ, for any team. So MOUZ are fine leaving it open, trying to gamble, re-aggress in A main and middle. JKS holding off from bottom, and he will spot it and deal with it well. He is being flanked, and Stewie's actually hit a dig on the B bomb site. The one player putting it to work, guns shuffled out. It will stall this B exec though for G2. Who's going to line up alongside, and MOUZ getting in position just in time.
In position though, just up a short lane, not even. Smoked off on long.
That's a site. That might just be the round.
Yeah, Scout will pepper through. Look to pelt a target, but they cross with no issues. Little jump of the bomb into the site, and all is good. Sure enough, a conversion. These are what we need from G2. Clean rounds, without mistakes, where you can't point a finger at somebody doing anything wrong, because the blame game is certainly not going to help coming off of that first map loss. But I think this is a little bit more of what MOUZ showed us towards the tail end of Mirage, Hugo. We were talking about saving. The consistency in their saves and knowing when to hold on to things to create the possibility of upsets in the follow-through. This is not a new concept. Your second round force didn't work, but you did keep 3 players up, so go ahead, apply it in the third. Let's see if they get a little frisky.
Ooh, we'd love that. They did it 4 rounds in a row on G2's T side, and then eventually put their money where their mouth was and picked up a little streak at the end there, did MOUZ. So playing the long game, without a doubt, they'll need to up against G2. We've got Inferno to finish this series if G2 can drag us there.
Honestly, that's the map that I think G2 actually have the biggest advantage. I thought that would be their pick in this series.
MOUZ have a great track record on it as well. I don't know. I'm pretty optimistic for Ancient. I think the biggest factor to me is the tilt factor, but G2 have proved that they can stay in these series and they actually have a good mental inside of the server.
Flashes
Let's see
over
if that
top.
shows up.
Nice. Ooh. JKS just chucking flashbangs. I've heard he's a world-class mid-flasher when it comes to Ancient T-side. So sending those over the top dismantles what was that close MP9 push. Again, the remnants of round 2 brought forth into this one, and MOUZ can't get it going. Zilch. You can hold on to the red room all you want. A site's been cleared out, and the bomb is inbound.
Scramble.
This is nice though, isn't it? This is more like it from G2. There's been nothing scary in these first few rounds. It's been very put together.
Yeah, just like Mirage with that 7-1 lead.
I know.
Yeah, let's jump the gun, guys.
But look, all I'm
Let's
saying
get ahead of
is,
ourselves.
At least they're not coming in here. At least they're not coming in here with their Jimmy's Russell. All right?
Oh, Jimmy, just wait. He'll start rustling soon enough.
He's going to start. And maybe right now, MOUZ coming in with their first buy round. AWP for Torshi will make an immediate appearance here. Rifles out on everyone else. No limitations for MOUZ in this first rifle round. They've got everything they could possibly need and then some. Well, actually, I lied a little. They don't have a kit. They could. They could have a kit. I thought they were going to get one, but they haven't.
Yeah, that is weird, actually. 400 left and no kit from the captain, but he's coming
Feels like
through
a very, purposeful amount of money to have saved on Shui.
saving for kits.
Because also you're up against 3 Galils and a MAC-10.
And this is an exec. They're going to get 2 smokes down at least from this position and then force MOUZ into a retake. So this is actually a terrible decision. This is going to be a problem for MOUZ unless they really hold the line. The young anchor in the site, Jimmy getting flashed out behind the boxes. He'll dodge the last one, and he may have a multi, but they find the headshot. Double kill comes through. No kit, no problem, because MOUZ ain't winning this round.
Nah, no chance. They can play behind the smoke all they want. xertioN's not going to dive bomb the plants, and the cover comes out from Donut. Looked like Jimmy could have lined up too. We saw that. But the m0NESY instant headshot with the AK-47. Off to the races is the Flash, as he was on map 1.
Uh-oh.
Torsi's going to at least enable the exit. Flee, my friend. Nico already on the hunt, though. They want to sweep this away.
Got full blame F here.
Guaranteed. G2 don't really have much to lose in hunting. They've got Galils, so they just appreciate the upgrades here. This is too lucrative for G2 to not go hunting in, and if Torshi doesn't survive with this AWP, then it was all for naught for the MOUZ squad. Time is going to be close on this, and Torshi,
You didn't believe.
will at least keep that AWP into the next. It's still a 4th round for G2, 4-0 up on this T side of Ancient, and they get that one by with ease.
G2 can't complain. I mean, sure, they would love the AWP on the way out, but at the same time, that could have just been a triple save for MOUZ from the get-go, and they'd be able to rebuy here. Instead, G2 find almost every kill on the exit on that hunt from Nico, and they go on to now put on a bit of a streak, 4-0 up. The chance for more, only an AWP, and maybe a couple of deagles surrounding it. But again, I can't get ahead of myself. I refuse it.
You can. You absolutely could. The option is yours, in fact. It's totally in your control if you'd like to do that.
I kind of want to.
But you
I think this is a 3-man.
Harry, you wouldn't object, would you?
No, I think it's fine getting ahead of ourselves, honestly. I think maybe there's even something to it, Hugo.
Yeah,
this is a good look from G2, and we want a competitive 3-map quarterfinals.
Yeah.
Come on now. Get ahead of yourself, Hugo.
Yeah, this one's done.
Okay, I don't know if I was saying that.
Yeah, that's a little much. That's a little
Torshi
much.
over in Donut. Oh, God.
No way.
Torshi's done. That much is obvious.
That's what that save was for? That's what the build-up was all about? He gets smothered. by the close play of Hunter. And HooXi cracks a head open towards the B site as well.
m0NESY really wanted to fight that up. He brought it up into this round, and hell, he'll get a kill from it. But
this
won't
is
get the
kind
AWP
of
head-to-head.
like, out of all the ways this could have opened, this has been very like, this is like extra brutal for MOUZ because they're 0-5 down, which always sucks, but that can happen if you lose your first rifle. In fact, that's normally what ends up happening if you don't win your first rifle round.
Has been known.
It's just the fact that they've really not accomplished anything in any of these rounds. The individuals aren't even doing a lot right now for MOUZ, right? It's mostly been rounds like this one where 2 kills come in and that's essentially round over, almost Inferno-esque, right? And yeah, that's a little awkward because you're not really having like your players feel warm in this series, warm in this map, feel like they're even getting a gunfight at this point. The round is kind of written off before it even begins for MOUZ.
I mean, Torsi's got 4 kills, 3 of them are in the save. That leaves him on 1, essentially 4 frags for everybody else. And let's say, what, 2 of those have even an iota of impact? This is a non-existent CT side, folks.
Yeah, thus far you don't even feel like you've got to play around if you're MOUZ.
There's nothing shown yet so for the defense.
It's like, yeah, we've had 2 fights that were kind of close, maybe, that could have won us a round, but we lost them. And that's where you're at if you're MOUZ. So let's see if the individuals can get switched online a little bit more.
Yeah, we might have to see some plays getting made on this CT side, some space getting taken back. The retake rounds have not netted them much. So we have a mid-fight here for MOUZ into a gun round. Support from Yimpat throwing in nades. He can late rotate to A. Not a sight you often rush. And m0NESY walks the molly. Sui holds on just long enough. He's in trouble though. Burnt out. NiKo runs through and does find that equalizer. Chased from mid-side comes xertioN with a backstab, and MOUZ are throwing hands at this round.
That is a crazy way to trade that from xertioN. G2 won't be able to believe that that's how that trade kill just got picked up. But that could be the path to MOUZ's first round here. And it's xertioN and Frozen on this mid push, looking to make it happen.
We got him.
That's the thing with xertioN. Sometimes he just cranks that dial so fast that you just can't imagine a world where he's going to pull something like that off. He plays within that, you know, that danger zone of timings that so many other players just get caught by. So I mean, you have 2 players for G2 on that lane. They're on the lane. And xertioN just slips through the mid-smoke back behind the cave, puts the barrel to the back of NiKo's head, and then has the gall to come back at lane for another.
That's crazy.
So, we wanted something, we got it. Game on.
That's nice, though. That was a MOUZ round where they're the ones calling the shots. They're kind of deciding where and when the conflict is taking place. That was a round they finally felt like they had some say in. So, if that's a sign of things to come, MOUZ will still have some more fight left in him.
Young Jimothy's gone for the big green as well on the A side, so he's going to be able to presumably get away with an opening kill here for MOUZ. m0NESY's trying to fight, but even m0NESY, perfect crouch peeking on this angle. It's not an easy shot. It's not an easy pre-aim. It's a tight slither, and Yimpat's waiting for that kill. They're going to boost over. They will be able to get around this AWP, perhaps. This could be a problem. Flash is perfect. He's forced off the angle. m0NESY now owns the temple line, and Yimpat can do nothing about it.
No, I can't re-peek back in. It's a double inside donut, too. That second player, xertioN's even lucky to have gotten through. Green boost missed him by half a second.
Ooh.
But still xertioN, while Blind picks up the first. It's traded out effectively by HooXi, who looks to go deep. Frozen holds on. And man advantage belongs to MOUZ for now. With that op creeping out in the hands of m0NESY, Jimpat's managed to put his on the backside. Hunter gets the headshot to Frozen, and Jimpat can't quite feel like that opening is there to push. But his position still catches them off, which means this one's alive.
m0NESY back in main. We had all the promise of m0NESY fighting early, being the guy to open the round, but now he's got to be the one to close it for G2. It's him and NiKo left up on this main play. Boost up is nice. Yimpat caught by it. m0NESY falls back, and a missed shot from the AWP means this round is a distant memory for MOUZ. It gets away from them. G2 have NiKo and m0NESY in the post plant, ready to go.
Oh, it's just such a scary round, right? That Temple player not wanting to reface the AWP multiple instances, and they get their room to go for the boost to stop the defuse. That's a mess for MOUZ on the retake. And again, Jimpat, he keeps making great decisions. He keeps making great heads-up plays, doesn't overstep at all in that round until he has to at the end. And yeah, sure, G2 get the retake on. Double orb comes at a cost, and MOUZ are going to pay that fine. They've got one more buy in them.
Well, so back on Mirage, it was 7-1 to G2 before MOUZ started putting rounds on the board,
yes.
right? It's 6-1 here, and MOUZ are going to have to embark on a very familiar feeling journey if they want to turn this one around.
All the more motivation, I think, right?
Deja vu.
We've done it before, and we'll do it again. Another heavy mid take. Again, the supporting A anchor there to help out. Flashes go high over mid from JKS, and they are so blind. Easy entry, double up for Hunter, not his first.
He's the master mid flash. There's no real room for anyone to take any control back. Shui's just relegated inside of the cave. HooXi already owns Deep Donuts. So just don't get too stringy, stay collected, play the team play, the trade frags, the fundamentals to close out a round like this. Jimpat, I like the off angle. He's hoping that HooXi will go back for the peak. We already saw HooXi jumping around in that corner, so now he's a bit more stoic. Shui's gonna have an individual duel of his own. And I wouldn't want to fight Nico.
I like how safe Nico's even doing this, right? He's smoking off the B side just to put more pressure on, push Shui further back.
Jimpat's the guy, man.
Yeah, how the hell does he get to
The
here?
one
Watch
way
it.
this could get weird is that G2 have to kind of commit to this, and that kill comes to Jimpat for free over in the donut. m0NESY's alleviated a lot of the pressure by dealing with that AWP in A, but Jimpat putting on a masterclass in donut, offers up 3 kills, and now Shui gets the bomb away from G2. m0NESY's got to do this alone. Jimpat's throwing the whole round into disarray. There's 15 seconds left as m0NESY crosses in for the bomb. And any one of these kills, any missed timing, and m0NESY's attempt is over.
Dead.
His time is done. But given that fight into the spawn, and now a 1v1 ensues, Jimpat started this with 3, and he's going to end it with the 4th. MOUZ rock G2's world in that round there, and it's Jimpat to do it all.
He's barely been here months, and he's already making a case for one of the best upgrades from Academy to main squad in a while, and he beats m0NESY at his own game, doesn't he? That's an unbelievable round. Heads up on the second, re-swings, find a perfect third, and to beat m0NESY in the 1v1, not an easy task. How the hell does he keep doing it?
So sick. I mean, catching Hunter sitting back, right, using that utility. Hunter's a sitting duck, 16 health as well. HooXi doesn't know how to get them out of that angle. But what I loved about that moment was just Jimpat getting just that tidbit more aggressive for the deeper donut angle on the right side. Calculates his next duels. Man, Shui almost threw that.
Yeah, he really did. Thinks 5 seconds. No one's holding CT spawn at this point. I've got the time to move in. 1 more second. m0NESY can't even be on that angle. Risks it, but uh-oh. In trouble again. m0NESY won't take a second fight. Fade away orb shot. Same for Torshi as a flash hits, and HooXi comes hunting.
Even this is a little awkward. It's a good bit of trade work over at ramp, as is often the case. HooXi fed in first with Nico
through the red smoke.
Able to trade that Hunter. Sneaks it in through red, and xertioN was looking that way. He seems kind of obsessed with the idea that someone's made it through red.
They don't know for sure. He walked through the red smoke.
Done. Frozen, just unfortunately for him, caught jumping back up. So Bomb obviously inbound for the A play, but
do it again.
Jimpat again. Perfect spot. Peeks out onto m0NESY, stops it. Secondary peek is then the bomb carrier, so now his teammates know. But he's locked in between them. So much coverage though. 1 kill with 3 bullets seems like a massive ask, and sure enough, JKS slides around, but that bought time for the CTs to creep out into the site. All right, and this whole time, yes, we've had Hunter back in the temple, but they've made the most of it until they turn away. And it felt like that silence, maybe.
They still don't know about Shui. They don't know about the second player here. They don't know about him. They've cleared him, but not dealt with him. Shui tries his hand in the 1-on-3.
Do they just think that temple wrap is coming in, right? The Hunter who already snuck through their spawn, they know he's somewhere in the site. They think they're being wrapped again before JKS plays out main. That must be the realization. But both players at MOUZ watching the back line feels like an overplay of their hand. And so G2 gets a little scary in the mid round there. Jimpat makes it so, but he can't win the round. 7-2. As far as I'm concerned, getting ahead of myself still, G2 are in a fantastic position in this map.
They
this
are.
time they've reset the money.
You want to know something that's so good right now? You want to know who the three top performers are for G2?
Go on.
Nico, Monacy, Hunter.
Damn, you
in
could build
that
a super
order,
team
right?
around that.
Yeah, and so, you know, we have them top in the charts. 26 kills between the three of them. That is more like how a G2 scoreboard is supposed to look.
Because sure, it's easy to rag on Monacy for having a quiet second half and Nico for buying Kriegs, but Hunter was nowhere to be seen in the previous map. He lost them a couple of rounds with his B-Lurks as well, so great to have him coming out with all these mid-entries that JKS keeps setting him up for, and he's going to go back for more. Nico playing very passive towards B, holding for a boost on the long side. He's going to get a walk from the pistols instead. Wow, dinked. Oh, he gets finished off. Evil.
He did not think he was going to die there. When you get tagged from the Deagle, you think you got time to get away. The impact burnt out from the back of Donut. The equalizer found. MOUZ have immediately bit down on this rotate, bringing everyone around towards the A site, but it still shouldn't be enough to stop G2. They've just got so much firepower with all the guns in their favor. MOUZ are kind of blowing out the water here as they try to scramble bodies back into A. They won't find a way to do it, and xertioN is left saving this AK into the next.
This is the point of the game where Monacy better not let it happen twice. Okay, those taps we just saw into the A site, clean as can be. The scoreline is literally nearly mirrored. Literally nearly mirrored. It's almost mirrored.
Yeah. It's almost mirrored.
It's almost mirrored. Yeah.
Literally nearly there.
Oh, that's a bridge too far for xertioN. One step out into the open and late hunted, so no guns saved, no money made. It's down to MOUZ to buy up and win with what they've got. Yeah, that's ridiculous. Like, that's crazy. Yeah.
Fair play, to be honest with you. That is exactly like,
skill difference.
Nico's probably fought down in those doors hundreds of times over and never been spammed out like that. Yeah. So, kind of a weird way for it to end.
Those doors are really thick.
Really fast.
Fast B. Hunter leading the charge. xertioN lands the opener and lives to tell the tale. Gets out. Man advantage taken. MOUZ 5-on-3 as the B defense will hold the line and not let G2 run down the B site. The fast play disrupted and a 2v4 now. G2 desperately looking for solutions. Can Monacy provide them?
This is the play someone's got to make. Did they hear the scope up close? They jump through and they can stop the plant. They await a second and that's a bit more money for G2, but it's not the round winner. A little B rush to test the limits, and I respected at this scoreline.
Sure.
But I do have flashbacks.
I was going to say, yes, exactly that. Like, we just watched, like, the ballroom brawl, right? Everybody running in, taking fights in every which direction, pushing as you please. And MOUZ, I think, in a one way or another, are just kind of grateful, right? It's simple. Just fight. Just shoot at what's on your screen. And in this case, they end up coming out on top of it. Will G2 do that twice when everything else in those rotates were working so well?
Ooh,
I would almost hope not. And look at Nico. A smile on his face after Monacy tilts. Because he sees himself in the kid. Said, yeah, that's right. You've earned it.
Well, G2, don't tilt too hard and don't tilt too soon. We may need you in these semi-finals unless MOUZ can stop them here and now on map 2. Final buy before economy will be brought into question. Nico's been having a good game, but a frustrating one. Again, spam through smoke.
Yeah, Shu's been a nuisance versus him head-to-head.
Oh, you're really going to take that fight, are you? You're really going to commit? Didn't feel meant to be.
Kind of like a weird way for the round to have begun. You know, like trying to fight Hooksy there. He's kind of already shooting. He's shooting first. JKS at least dealt with over in the red room, and xertioN finds a little bit more success for MOUZ here over towards B. And now MOUZ is starting to get ahead in terms of the rotates here. They take middle in the 4v3. They know that it's not mid. xertioN hears G2 moving into the B site. xertioN is picked off by that AWP.
Oh,
Torshi a chance for even more here, but that AWP looks to trade him, and m0NESY will oblige.
I don't know.
2v2, but they don't know about Cave. They don't know just how close
Was he
MOUZ
spotted?
are.
so.
I'm not sure. They go looking for the site fight first, and m0NESY having repositioned now is to win this from long. The bomb is planted for him. He's got that laid out in front of him, and now a 1v1 to find. Nade goes in, but m0NESY's ahead of it.
Oh, he's won it.
Frozen gets off and walks that 1v1 over the line. MOUZ pull up with 2 in a row, finally putting together consecutive rounds on this CT side.
It's all the mid-flank timing. That's so quick, right? You can, even though m0NESY doesn't actually get physically caught moving up short, they see him, and the timing in the head of G2 is completely off. By the time they realize CT is empty, it's already too late, and MOUZ come through with another retake. We're seeing some very, very tight rounds, but MOUZ are trying to find life at the end of their CT side. Close try for m0NESY, not today. And a half buy for G2. Even with a plant, it's not enough. Hunter gets a hero AK. These rounds are absolutely winnable, and jimpat once again will be tested on his own.
This is crazy, though. MOUZ might be about to launch another comeback here. There's a very real world where they split this half 8-7. They win that last round. That was like the most lucrative, but now they've got another chance here up against a weakened buy from G2.
Thinking this round is easy could be their biggest mistake. You don't want to get ahead of yourself. With G2 with these kind of buys, I get very scared. They're going to play loose, they're going to play aggressive, and jimpat needs something from the back of the site.
He's got the good cover for it. 2 pistols ahead of Hunter's AK as well. Donut smoke. Does he play behind?
Okay.
Total forfeiture of the A site.
This is okay, though, because G2 eventually in that post bomb going to have nowhere to go, nowhere to hide.
Freebie. Just catching Hunter on the smoke cross like that. That was the AK as well, so Frozen's impact through this smoke has been fantastic.
Oh, dear.
Flash, though. Flash is good. No, Hooksy gets caught out by the Opera, so it's just the tempo control. They don't even have the bomb. This one comes to a fizzle. So it seems 20 health between the 2 that remain. Held on by Torzi's angle in from Donut. jimpat's on top of the boxes. All is good, yeah?
Yeah, and this is the wildness. This is the weirdness here for G2.
Get him.
Man, stroke of luck on that one. Okay, it's not like jimpat's playing from behind box and gets a kill and then dives behind smoke. It is just Frozen rotating in, catching Hunter, one of the AKs in the background.
Good molly timing as well for jimpat. Gets it in as he sees a smoke come over. That stalls the hit for G2. It gives him time to make that decision, walk the donut smoke, and MOUZ, yeah, sure, smoke spam comes through. A little bit of luck goes a long way.
They kind of really needed the bomb plant here just to alleviate like any worries. So I know when you look at the money, you're going to tell me, oh, well, G2 are fine, they can buy, but they're going to have limitations on JKS and Hooksy, and those are the 2 of the players who actually do a lot of the nade work for G2, right? So there's some limitations coming down the pipeline, and if you end up buying here only to go and lose it, then you're broke heading into round 15, and suddenly this is 8-7.
What are you doing, Harry? You prophesizing a MOUZ comeback? You prophesizing an 8-7?
I'm just saying it's got all the makings of one, right? Like, don't get me wrong, this CT side got started super late in the first half. Up until round 10, all we'd had was 2 one-and-done rounds found for MOUZ. But they've successfully kind of chiseled a little way in here right at the end. 3 in a row. A slightly easier time here for 4 in a row, and if they win it, G2 are broken.
Yeah, Harry Russell's web weaving. This man's spell casting.
Oil selling.
Yeah.
Snake ringing.
I'm on it. m0NESY swapping out to that AK, looks to chase through Cave, but no, it is Shuhei's position for now. Shuhei better be careful. I feel like he has taken a few overt risks. That duel through the wallbang versus Hooksy. You know, this isn't...
But look, even now, this is like a good example of some of the limitations that come with this round. G2, what are they left with to actually exec? They have one smoke, one molly, 2 flashes. That is it.
I'm down with a B hit here, though. But MOUZ are also down with that. They've got 3 players in position. G2 going to creepy crawl through the cave. Nico lining up a pre-fire. Shui's got to be careful on the jiggle. Getting back in position. Oh, Nico can't go through that. At 55 seconds, G2 are called to a pause.
That was sketchy, huh? That jiggle on the corner. You got your teammate in front of you. Ooh.
Okay, wait. Where this could get huge, jimpat is taking a main. Torshi is now freed up to rotate. Torshi has a full belt of utility, Molotov included. And if that finds its way towards B when this site hits hit looks to come through. Now there's a world where G2 could still change this up on the fly. They're lobbing in Utah. I don't think they're going B. They're going A. They're going A. They're going A. They're going to join up with JKS. He's been waiting outside of main this whole damn time. And so the A play is on the cards. JKS probably dead here. Yimpat holds him, but Justin too fast. Deals with him back in main. Torshi is on this line through CT, but he's not going to get rewarded for it. And so this last second change of heart from G2, the B fake into the A play, it might stick the landing.
Or it could falter.
Oh.
It could fail.
Oh.
They try to get that CT peak going, and sure enough, it leaves it to xertioN. Tries to fly out from Donut. One player pinned behind box, doesn't know about the second right next to him. Tap onto the bomb, and Hunter's gonna put him down. What a call from HooXi. And unfortunately for MOUZ, baby, that is hook, line, and stinker stuck inside that B site. Nothing to show for it. They all stuck around and got nothing.
Oh, they fell for it as well. It would be alleviated if Yimpat can get this kill. He's more than favored on it, but a great jiggle from Justin, and he gives him a bit of jazz in the bomb side as well. Final bullet tap to close it out. It's Hunter. Fantastic mid-round for G2 at 20 seconds. There's no room for error there.
G2 breathed such a sigh of relief, right?
Yeah.
That last second change of heart, a B fake that had to work because they had no second options in going back onto that A site with no util, and they successfully take charge of the game right as at the end of the half.
Oh, that's a smoke shot. As it blooms, he finds the MOUZ and gets a reposition as well. Jump across for HooXi, not known to be an AWPer, but picks it up from time to time. Torshi tries to find two. He's holding a tight angle, letting them get out of main as MOUZ flash through the smoke, chasing down G2 at the end of the half, looking to not give away. Double digits on the T side. HooXi has to make it so on his own.
1v3, stuck inside, looking for that AWPer that just rang out a shot. And HooXi's been given a bit of space, but that donut peek could be his edge. Flick onto Torji, something. And nicely done from Torji to pick up a kill in that retake, because honestly, a couple missed shot felt like a G2 10th. But we're sitting pretty, folks, at 9-6. It's a 2-0 in the scope for MOUZ, but it's sure as hell not easy.
He's got a chance in this one. Still makes it look too clean.
event, the final trophy, the last chance in CSGO for the likes of MOUZ to hoist the trophy, or for G2 to add one more to the cabinet. It's been a hell of a year for this G2 squad, and there have been some cold maps here and there. A bit of a crumble, a meltdown, some said, on Mirage. However, more of the same here on Ancient. It's a lickety-split start. It's a m0NESY domination, and still towards the tail end of that CT side, MOUZ finagle a few rounds on the board, but only 7 more for G2 to take us to Inferno.
If I had $1 for every time a Blastcaster had told me it was the last CSGO event, Connor, I would have $2, which isn't a lot, but it's weird. It's happened twice. Yeah. JKS over in mid opens this up with the USP. Yimpat will reply, and so we end up in a 4v4 straight away. MOUZ slow this one right down. Let's see if G2 are going to take that, though. They kind of want to keep the pacing on this. The mid-crunch is locked out by Yimpat.
What's his head-to-head like right now? Yimpat might be winning it against m0NESY. He's been fragging him day in, day out, especially on this map. That bit of aggro goes nowhere for G2, and I love that they gamble. What else have you got in a round like this? Moving a second and maybe a third player back into that B-bomb site.
Honestly, regardless of result at this event, I mean, what a breakout moment for Yimpat on this roster. Outshining xertioN and Frozen and Torzy at times.
They throw 2 smokes B and G2 block it. This is now a really weird round.
I'm down to get freaky. 4 players drop through middle. Eyes on the prize of that A site. JKS looking for the deepest angle he can nab. He's got one blind in front of him. HooXi hits the headshot. Dink versus JKS won't help, but perhaps HooXi can peel another one off. If this is even the commitment, bomb just stalls out for the time being. There's no other chance. You've got to go, and you've got to go in. And they keep trickling into the crosshair of HooXi. Yeah. It allows for Nico to peek out on Brokey. Frozen's trade and Torzy's answer leaves this again on HooXi. Now that bomb plant has to come through, and HooXi has a chance, but he's only got 13 health. And Torzy, well, he's still fighting, as is HooXi up close. Close as can be.
Disastrous, man. I thought MOUZ were going to go back their time, 20 seconds, but they don't want to roll out a risky red carpet that could get torn apart. They go back into the stack, and they still win it. MOUZ not making it easy for themselves, but giving us an entertaining game nonetheless, and quite a game we have now in the second half of Ancient as they try and pull back to 2-0.
Dude, that Torzy shot over towards A main. Did you see that replay, Hugo? Were your eyes open? Oh my God.
One bullet, baby.
That helps. It helps the endeavor, the adventure, the hopes of MOUZ on this T side. Fast play out of HooXi. Love it. Straight up into the face, traded by Shui, sure enough. But it's information and a bit of early damage off the CZ.
Shui's seen that before. Done enough cave antics himself. m0NESY trying not to shoot his teammate in the legs, but he at least connects something. It comes at the cost of Nico. Torshi very low.
Dude, that was so close for m0NESY to get the trade. The nade brings Torshi from 6 health down to 4. So he's just barely keeping up appearances right now for MOUZ. They feel fine in the 4-on-3. They're going to group for this B hit. G2 still haven't moved a muscle, so it's all on m0NESY to try and stop this B play.
Physically, no way. Double smoked out unless you're rolling that dice and hitting some shots through it. It's going to be MOUZ converting this force buy, and really G2 should be looking to save, as MOUZ did in this exact position in round 2 of the game with the same guns, essentially. Scout MP9. So G2 will be allowed to evade, and MOUZ will close that gap by 1 more. What a run this would be.
MOUZ have had the hardest run of the entire playoff bracket, in my opinion. Or they will have, considering this could continue, what's up ahead, etc., right? Like, I mean, again, we're talking Furia. Okay. FaZe.
Right. Sure, yeah, go on.
FaZe, G2, ENCE, and a grand final that could have been Na'Vi, Vitality, maybe Monty. It's in the works as one of the runs
of all time.
Exactly.
It certainly is difficult. And coming into the underdog in every game except that Furia matchup, right? Like, very, very impressive if MOUZ can do it.
Yeah, I mean, I do think, you know, you're not off base with that claim, Connor. I think that FaZe probably was, you know, like the hardest round 2 playoff match that you could look to get out of all the ones that were available, and that's the cards that were dealt the way of MOUZ.
I'm here for it. No doubters on this train. If you're gonna do it properly, do it right, do it against the very best. Right now, MOUZ are a round down, but an eco for G2. And look at the room they've got. xertioN in top mid, MOUZ already in cave.
Yeah, no contest in middle whatsoever. This should open up the ease for xertioN. He's going to see Back's turn, but look at that. Oh, the CT peek. When you're just so hyper focused on the 3 players that lie ahead, that the CT pistol peek pays off. But the bomb has also been delayed, so now these smokes are going to fade, so now people are getting closer. So now USPs connect to your head, and just when you thought you had an open B site, you better hope that the coverage is here as that plant happens. Shuhei's taking a bit of damage. Torzy picks up 1, and while Hunter's low on that scout, it's an AK for m0NESY. Well earned. He walks close, but he can't clear out Shuhei. Torzy's going to hold off on short. The flank's eventually going to come in, but damn did that get sketchy, and it could get worse. Not yet. To survive, no rounds will be easy.
Even seeing HooXi kind of jump the gun there, I know it's 5v3, you may feel so favored, but you've got a flank, you've got rifles, and he's swinging out long on his own. It's a first domino to fall, and we see G2 isolated as well as MOUZ can make it happen. Like, this first kill is so important, it just frees up the room for them to swing short together. They find 2 more kills, and at that point, you've not even set up the flank. The flank is an extra, it's a side dish, it doesn't matter. It's the decaf after the dessert. It's just there for flavor. MOUZ have already won the round, and they go fast out middle with gusto. Will be Hunter finding that opening kill.
Oh,
see the follow up. Great nades.
Well, Frozen and Yimpat are both really hurt.
Oh my god, welcome back to reality.
Yeah.
G2 on a full buy, eat shit. Frag grenades down elbow, everybody's dead in the first 20 seconds. That's a reminder who here is the Cologne and Katowice champion.
Ooh, yes.
Oh my god, it's like, okay, listen boys, you've had your fun, you win pistol, you convert, but yeah, let's not rush in through smokes and get too crazy now.
But again, much as how G2 threw a full buy rush up B in the first half, MOUZ had to test the limits.
Yeah, sure.
They had to see what they could get away with.
Yeah.
And now we're going to go back to a more respectful game of Counter-Strike, potentially.
Maybe.
At least on MOUZ's T side. Do your due diligence, boys.
Yeah, trying to throw xertioN through the mid-smoke with flashbang coverage. He was the only one out. Double kill basically over on elbow with those nades. There was nothing to work with in this one.
Nope.
They got too big for their britches.
Are those shoes?
I think they're pants.
They would be pants.
Britches,
yeah,
right? Britches?
Yeah. I got britches in my wardrobe.
Yeah, okay.
Skeletons too. MOUZ. That one gets away from them real quick. Now, I'm curious about this save. I want to know what they're going to do with it in this next round. They're going to be getting, you know, just the standard 1,400 at the end of this one, right? So once they've got that, they've got money on the 3 players that died to actually, like, just eco here, and they could look to bring out guns in the next. Where that gets awkward is with the 2 saved guns, right? Frozen won't have that privilege if everyone else decides to eco here in the follow-up round. So I'm really curious if they decide to force around these, and it looks like they will.
It's buy time, baby.
Oh, that's so nice. Good round from HooXi.
Yeah.
Push out through Molly. I think his individual level has been upticking.
I think, you know, the more championships you win, the more confident you got to get in your own style.
Ooh!
That's a kill.
What goes around comes around.
Oh, they've got B, man. This is open. Nico's gone for the back of long. That is a disaster. HooXi, you need his individual level now more than ever. They're ready to trade this. They line up, and there's still the kill. Are they ready for Hunter's quick climb up from mid? He's here very early. Chip has certainly not. Jig is up, and Hunter's down, and maybe the round.
Wow, that's bizarre. Just as fast as the last round went the way of G2, this one, instead of xertioN running out through the smoke, he decides, well, I'll spam it instead. And sure enough, he calls out that position. If you guys remember the replay we saw, it was Hunter who pushed out from Donut to kill xertioN in the round prior when he came out through smoke. I don't know what xertioN saw in that moment, but the other CT who was middle, not the one who killed him in Hunter, was the guy standing behind that box. Sure enough, xertioN starts this round, spams that exact position, catches him as he climbs into it. And this, folks, ooh, tantalizing, huh? JKS solo rifle save, game tied, 10 rounds apiece.
Okay.
What's the buy, Russell?
I don't want to scare you guys either. But
I'm terrified, Harry.
There's a couple of other notes here, right? One is that JKS is slowly but surely rising up the board a little bit more towards the top. m0NESY also hasn't got a kill yet in the second half.
Shut up.
We're currently heading into our 6th round of play.
He's just getting ready for MR12. You wouldn't get it.
Sure, but while that could be a valid point, Hugo, it is a little worrying, right? m0NESY has had the AWP. He's going to bring it back out now. m0NESY with that. So I'm hoping that this is just a quiet first few rounds of the second half, and then he's going to get off to the races again. And m0NESY's going to be a name that we're saying a hell of a lot, but we haven't had to yet on this CT side, and that was exactly what happened back on Mirage. So you don't want to have deja vu here. It's the one time you don't really want it, unless you're a huge MOUZ fan, in which case you're very happy with this.
I'm just saying, man,
And
you know,
me.
Chernobyl, Fukushima, G2, the 3 nuclear meltdowns of the modern age.
But how does it keep happening, Connor? How does it keep happening? Someone patch this up. JKS might have to be the guy. He goes back for more.
There we go. That's what happened. Again, we contrast this to xertioN. xertioN going through a smoke again. 2 times in this T side versus gun round. xertioN tries to bully his way out through that smoke and gets turned away instantly.
MOUZ out middle with the bomb. They've got a man tucked in the beehive at B. They make it up red, but oh, I was going to say spotted. More than that, shot in the face, JKS. Now MOUZ get to play with this round. They can leave you have to try and fake things out on a lurk. They keep the pressure on xertioN, who will smoke off the chase. And Hunter gets curious in middle. If he's joined by Nico, this could be a great late round clear, going together to flank out this B site. And xertioN, even though they know about him, he's peeled out a B. He can play retake. He doesn't need to commit to a gunfight as long as the cousins come in on the backstab. More spotting for xertioN. This is excellent work. MOUZ may get the plant, but G2 know what's up.
Climbing over the ledge. They've got him surrounded, Harry. Boxed in.
G2 have got to take their time here, right? Long is going to attempt to be taken by MOUZ. They need this real estate to the MOUZ squad. And so G2 late flashing into it to clear this is nice. They're ready for Yimpat. They're ready for his attempt at the trade. And m0NESY is finally on the board. And G2 will get their round on the back of that. JKS opens it up in middle, and then the rest of G2 locking down the 4v3 retake over towards B.
They played that absolutely perfectly, right? If xertioN commits to a fight there, he's basically throwing the round away on the long side. He has to play safe just for the big flank, and then they assist, they set up flashes, they swing together, and they let Nico play last. It's a beautiful round for G2 on this CT side. Even those 4v3s are anything but safe. And so MOUZ, a weird position where they have economy ranging from 2 to 6K. This pause could be for just that ultimately. And in fact, it is their final timeout with Cyclone on the mic. And we're only 22 rounds deep. A little bit desperate.
Strapped for money too. This one's not coming in as clean as you would hope. Big moments, huh? Good. This is what we wanted. We want MOUZ tested. We want G2 showing they can win.
If MOUZ win from this position, it's like doubly impressive.
There's a lot of emphasis in this round put on Torshi having his AWP. Right, he put 6 grand into this round. That would have been enough for him to have potentially dropped over rifles, to have had a lot more to go around with. But they put faith in Torshi and his AWP. Yimpat opens, dead at ramp, Hunter wrestling with the AK, knocks out a second man. It's only Torshi and that AWP left now, 1v4, and he can't save the day for MOUZ here.
That's such a curious call to go for the B-pop when you have the AWP, but you also have pistols, and sure, your util isn't you don't have the longevity to play a default round, but xec had a spawn. You're not really giving Torshi any room to make a play when he is the top performer in the server right now.
Yeah, like you're rushing through a smoke, right? So like he's kind of really hard limited in terms of the impact he's allowed to find in this round.
Feels like a wasted opportunity. A couple of boisterous calls in this T side. And sure, MOUZ are confident. That's a good sign, but right now it's getting the better of them. Hunter recovers that hold very well. And we have more faces appearing of G2. Last map, there were silent players in one or both halves. This time, everyone has had a piece of the pie.
I think this is where it's fair to have some of the criticism that Shuhei does earn, right? These are 3 rounds out of the last 4 where it is just MOUZ trying to barrel through a smoke. Now, xertioN going on his own is one thing. Happened twice inside of middle. The most passive round out of xertioN in that position is one that they end up winning. Then we get this force in off of the pause. You know, Cyclone's had a chance to speak, and it's, as you said, what? A jump through a smoke top B. Boys, you had way more to work with. You could have played for some map control. Compare and contrast that to like how G2 end their T side when they get into the gritty rounds. We get that beautiful late A play. You know, that to me just felt like Shuhei's getting a little flustered, and I don't know what or if he can do about it moving forward. But it's got to be more complex than that.
Doing that off a pause up against one
with
of the world's
huge
best
investment.
teams.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, you're going to get punished. And MOUZ, well, that's exactly where we find ourselves, working with just this solo warp. Literally nothing but a flash, 4 Glocks. Now, if anything, they'll at least give Torshi the time to shine.
But it's like even here, you know, this is kind of weird. Torshi's going to have to just roam with the AWP, try to be involved early, try to get picks from it and arm his teammates. But you also kind of need him to hold on to this if you're MOUZ.
Oh, no. JKS, did he hear that?
Yeah, surely.
Yeah, he read that as well. Knew it was a boost. Re-smoke, push back, try again.
Shui had the drop on JKS in mid, but only good for the dink.
Glock. Yeah, G2. They're spreading out.
Yes.
They're pushing the pistols. They know the AWP is here, and they take the room. They've got 4B control. Don't need to face this. Torshi gets a shot off. But doing anything in this round is unrealistic at this point. His team have been cut apart.
The thing that's so interesting to me here is that like MOUZ have to do a good enough job in wasting time because they want Torshi to try and live on the AWP. And so him getting these couple of kills is nice to at least force some more respect out of G2. Still, he can't just sit in bottom mid. He knows they want to knock this AWP out of play. And so Torshi is kind of feeling a lot of pressure here to stay mobile, to try put some distance between himself and that last known location of the AWP in bottom mid.
Yeah, even Nico's position is fantastic as well. Doesn't overstep the T-spawn flank. He's having a look now after some time, and with 20 seconds after Torshi tries to save here, there's a world where Nico finds him in the final few, maybe even after the clock. Like that, Torshi could be getting watched from above. He could be getting watched from elbow. Someone could be holding this till after time. And I think Nico might just find him at this point. Last known position is middle. And they go searching.
Oh, man, he's scared. The only thing is Nico could go clear A main.
Oh, JKS. He'll take that every step of the way. He needed that save, right? They fully code for this. He would have been on nothing this round.
That ends up being a good round. It was kind of like, and you know, I say that like with a kind of grain of salt about it. You were never going to win it, but yeah, the whole goal for that round was try to do a bit of damage on the AWP and make sure we save the AWP.
Yes.
And to that end,
both
MOUZ
objectives
succeeded. So getting out on the AWP, they bring it with them into this round here. G2, this is where they could do all the legwork and just put a stop to this game here and now. If they can win this one, MOUZ are broken up against 14, and so suddenly you're looking at G2 and you're looking at that third map waiting in the wings. You believe that we're getting there?
Yeah, I think at this point, surely, right? G2 are still making plays. They're still very confident, flashing up B lane. They get there from middle, and they know MOUZ aren't rushing this position again. Good spam damage onto Nico, but still sitting in a 4v5 of MOUZ. Even going through this door is a risk in and of itself. And again, Torshi is tasked to try and open this round up. Maybe a boost could be a preface to that, but G2 remaining vigilant. Heavy on this B hold, more damage off of the spam. MOUZ may have finally met their maker, but G2 getting impatient, and maybe at the right time.
Moment for Jimpat.
Oh,
double!
Damn!
That's a spanner in the works.
Meanwhile, Hunter picks up the kill towards top middle, so it's not like this one's easy. Notably, the health of Frozen and Jimpat. You'd think maybe torzsi will have to go above and beyond. Top mid player makes it over to B. That's necessary support for this. Oh, and again, low health, right? So a little bit of spam goes a long way. And torzsi knows that player's up above the smoke. With the gap behind it, it's an open invitation. 15 on the clock. He's going to have to peel into the cave. Frozen getting that kill, now has to give cover. As the smoke comes up, he runs into the fire. And so this one seems like it's done, but seemingly still a chance. A slight sliver of an opportunity here for Frozen. Has to plant. He's going to stick this, and m0NESY's going to swap out to the right for the chase. Frozen right there, m0NESY right there, and G2 knock on the door of an ancient win.
The heart must be racing in that moment for all 10 players. I know it is for me. Hunted down, MOUZ barely getting the bomb site, and m0NESY finally converts one of these clutches. He's been left to the wayside in this series ever since the first half of Mirage, but that is going to put G2 right there at the right time to take their map.
Man, flustered. torzsi running back behind the pillar in the fire. I mean, maybe he's trying to beat the smoke grenade and wanted to offer some of his health in response to that, but it makes the M4 spray down so much easier in comparison. And so now we're going to get just a flustered MOUZ coming back, buys after buys, to try and stave off the G2 15. Solid comeback, composure after Mirage. They are cooked in the calls department. HooXi's M4 though, blinded, falls to Jimpat.
Good molly.
And it might not be a convincing strategy, but if you can put that bomb down and hit headshots, then you've still got yourself a chance. Easy cleanup. Double kill from JKS, make it a third. Nico with him. And it feels like torzsi is a one-man army. You contrast that to xertioN's performance and Frozen's as well. Their struggles have left this too much for torzsi to burden on his own.
Yeah, he's done, dead and buried here. The Molotov comes in, and that will be the stick for G2. 15 rounds locked in. A championship level team looking to pull a comeback in this series, a reverse sweep to Inferno, and then a semi-final versus ENCE. That's what's awaiting the winner. The young men of MOUZ have met their match here in this quarter.
And this has been great down the stretch from G2. Keeping composed, it's not been easy. This is a MOUZ that kind of exploded into the series, offering up resistance on Mirage long enough to close that out. But here, it might all fall apart. 4v4, they at least trade JKS in middle. Someone who's been causing a lot of problems for MOUZ today, already dealt with.
Not again.
But Hunter takes the reins over towards this A site. Nico moves in to avenge him. One man up behind the big box.
He
Nico
pushed.
flashed in. Dead at the hands of xertioN, and so now it's just m0NESY.
Tried.
1v3, even though he tries his hand at the no-scope, he's getting flanked. There's a guy through red. Oh, damn! And now is he ready for the red flank? In behind him, they could end the round right now. They could deal with it. They could stop this.
Scared.
But they're scared.
Terrifying.
They're scared of m0NESY, and they're giving him room as a result. Fighting forward! Hell of a shot from m0NESY! And thank God torzsi is still there to put a stop to him.
He's an animal.
Was 2 kills on his way to that clutch, and he was believing. I was believing after that shot.
I'm shaking, dude. You could sense it. And then you see why that fear exists.
Oh my God.
Dude, that shot. Woo! That'll keep you on the edge of your seat, and that's where they should be. But they're so on the edge of their seat, Hugo, that they're almost falling off, because what is left in this MOUZ T-side tank? Aggressive up the B ramp, through the smoke again.
Yeah.
And this round, what do? Fast through middle, through a smoke again.
It's nice to see them end somewhere else. I forgot this A site existed for a second.
It's just not the most inspiring strategy, but it is enough to take a bomb site, plant that bomb, and hold on for dear life as the m0NESY retake comes at him.
Yeah, white knuckle grip.
I'm gonna say this as well, right? m0NESY on that last map, you know, we've talked about it to no end. He had no impact in the second half. Well, here, that round, he's only had 4 kills total in the entire second half, which doesn't sound good, and half of them came from that round right there. But,
they were sick.
But the other 2 were both round-winning kills. Most notably, that 1v1 that he closed out over Frozen, right? So sure, he's not like popping off to some crazy degree, but he is still finding a lot of impact, is m0NESY. Even getting out. No! Yimpat will chase him down. And so maybe there's still more to play for. They're not ready for a third man. Why would you be? Why would you ever check for Hunter? Trigger discipline! And trigger discipline pays off. Hunter delivers 2. And continues to fight behind the big box. He had to go down eventually, but he's done all he had to do in the round.
Dude, that
2v2 to close. NiKo dead on default. MOUZ have still got fight left in them.
They're not ready.
HooXi's going to try and stop this. Moves in, but it's swiftly traded. And so MOUZ keep this game alive.
All right. So this is how it's going to be for the rest of regulation. This is going to be Shuhei committing to the culture of these calls. It is going to be fast, aggressive, in-your-face type Counter-Strike until G2 either put an end to this and we go Inferno with a gentleman's handshake, or this is going to get them to overtime. But the pace isn't going to change. He's committed to this T side. Their game plan. How many pros say, play our game? This is the game that they wanted. It's the one that didn't work for a few rounds in a row, and it's now given us 2 to talk about, but xertioN goes right back at it. Not dented, not deterred from what had failed him multiple times already. He gets through that smoke. Now the question is, what can he do with it on his own, and what will G2 throw at the T side to try and disrupt it? Because he's found an opening top mid, it has slowed down this play for a moment.
It's on a knife's edge, a tightrope right now that MOUZ could slip off, and they've got bloody feet. Moving through the smokes as well. xertioN, he's been here before. He's lost this before. Hunter checks back, and xertioN wins that fight, opening up a huge chasm in this round. He can flank either way. He goes around the world, trying to drag this flank out for as long as possible. It's a good reposition. JKS is trying to fight in another one. Impact coming in for the clear. He has been monumental in this matchup, and he continues to clear corners to perfection. That's opened up a path for MOUZ and a 13th round. G2 are playing for 30 rounds right now. This force-up, a necessity, but look at where it's left them with the money. They've got nothing to do but play for 16-14.
I don't know if I've seen Jimpact get caught off by somebody sitting and holding an angle. I mean, the kid clears everything with a presence of mind that is just above his years of experience.
Even that Hunter m0NESY in the previous round where m0NESY ran out of A main, the perfect angle reposition, jumps up on that little ledge and catches m0NESY, who realizes he has to scope back up. He can't escape. He must fight. Jimpact, he's got a good head on his shoulders. You don't see him make big mistakes. He had some shaky rounds at Cologne, but here in Malta, the kid's the real deal. And MOUZ want to win this in overtime. They are fighting tooth and nail for it. A full eco for G2. I said 30 rounds, I meant it. You're not winning this. And why would MOUZ stop rushing?
Goodness. MOUZ. Round 29 awaits them.
Bomb's already in A.
See ya.
xertioN making money as well. Take it while you can. Yeah, round's done. Might as well cut out.
Whoa, hang on. We've cut back and they all died. So something's happened there. But for G2, yeah, it's better to save the AK here.
m0NESY can send it, give NiKo the Molotov, send it with the MAC-10, make a bit of money. It's ultimately not going to change too much. And he's just playing to defend NiKo at this point. He doesn't care about the MAC-10. He just wants this gun in the next round. Giving NiKo the AK round 30, that's worth it.
Mm-hmm. Damn right it is.
But MOUZ with the Ents phase energy on Ancient. They won OT and OT and OT again. They want to end this on Ancient.
15-10 to 15-14.
What a comeback.
Yeah, this is mad, dude. Like
2 1 versus 1s, by the way.
Exactly, right? The fact that they've come so close, and yeah, right, you've had a bunch of kind of almost desperate calls where you were leaving it down to the individuals, right? Yeah, it's like, if we go B and we just get the entry, and we don't need to get the entry every round, we don't need to do this every round, but if we just get that one round where we get in, that's what re-energizes us, and that's what MOUZ were kind of holding out for here, and they found their way back in, taking it the full 30 30 now. They stopped G2, who were streaking rounds together, who were winning clutches. It was 5 straight for G2 down the stretch. But MOUZ have got that second wind again, just like they did back on Mirage, where you had that G2 comeback stifled, stopped in its tracks. Now it's MOUZ having to dish out the long games, having to grind back in, but they're 1 round away from doing exactly that. Round 30 is what G2 were playing for here with how they've invested their money. This is where they've got to stake their claim and end it 16-14. If this gets run back in OT, suddenly MOUZ are a very dangerous beast looking for a 2-0.
Oh! Get him out!
What a time for Nico from nowhere. He has been written off in this matchup. 3 crisp, clear kills down the ramp. And that might be G2's victory right there on the shoulders of Nico.
In the dying days of CSGO, remember the #1 rifle. Taps and blasts the heads off MOUZ just when they thought they had a grain of hope.
One of the GOATs of Go, and that AK save we said would be worth it.
I said it once, I'll say it again, eat shit.
That was the 3 best players of MOUZ executed in rapid succession, just one after the other.
You can try, but can you really believe after a round like that, MOUZ have nothing to do but give it a go, a missed shot from the AWP, a molly for the pod,
do this
and
to us.
suddenly we're cooking.
Okay, if Nico's just done all that only to not win the map now, only to go to OT, I don't know what to tell you. Frozen and Shui were not dealt a good hand at the start of this one. They were immediately thrown into the 2v5, and now it's got to be Shui to do it alone. G2 trying to finish what Nico started here. And with just Shui left standing, they will pressure him, they will fight him, and they will deal with him. A 3rd map of Inferno waiting in the wings. And with Nico waking up, G2 still have hope.